Good afternoon, Patriots. It's Scott here from Woke Society's here to drop another episode. And guys, I missed you. It's been 4 to 5 days since I did my last video. I've been hanging out with my family a little bit more to get some more time in with my son since I work so much. So that's why I've been gone. And I'm just so excited to be back here doing this for you guys because this episode is going to be, it's a good one. It's a really good one. So before we jump into the content, we're going to be talking about Kobe Bryant, his links to Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Clinton. We're going to be talking about LeBron James. If you guys don't know who these people are, they're big major basketball stars, and I'll try to give you some background to who they are so this all makes sense. So today I'm asking you guys a huge favor. Please hit the like button on this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and get the word out there about this channel. YouTube has been throttling my channel and many others since January 1st hit. I can see it in my analytics. Everything was normal leading up to December. Things were going up and up and up and up. And since January hit, everything's just come crashing down. It's a joke. Like, if they wanted to hide it, they should have eased into it. But we all know this. We're all getting censored. We all know this. So hit the like button for me. Let's get as many likes as we possibly can in this video. It's going to be a good one. If you guys don't want to go on there, you guys can always check out my Patreon. I upload the videos to here as well. If you guys want to up your fandom, you guys can be a patron for as little as $1 a month, and you can go higher than that. There's no pressure for this. This is if you really want to support me. Every dollar goes back into the channel, so we have that. My BitChute, my backup channel, and of course my wokesocieties.com website, which has the links to all my podcasting, the major podcasting labels out there. It's all there for you guys. It's all in the link in the description below. So where I want to start today, everyone knows about, everyone's heard about Kobe Bryant. He's a legendary basketball star who just retired, I think 2 or 3 years ago. Wasn't too long, but he was starting his second phase of life. And yesterday I was getting another video set up, and I'm on Twitter, and the next thing I know, Twitter crashes, and then I see an article from TMZ saying that Kobe Bryant died in his helicopter in a crash in California. So first thing I thought, this has got to be fake. This is crazy, right? And then as more and more news outlets confirmed it, it spread like wildfire. Twitter crashed again for a second time, and the rest is history. He died in this helicopter crash also with his daughter, who was 13. Very sad, very unfortunate, along with 7 other people. So as this happened, right, us and you guys are all out there, we start instantly thinking, okay, what are the connections? What's going on here? What's really, really going on here, right? So I see all these theories and all these things spreading like wildfire on Twitter and YouTube. It was really cool to see, but also kind of annoying at the same time because some people are throwing out these insane theories. And these are the theories that I believe that these other mainstream outlets pick up and then they label as QAnon followers, and it gives us a bad name. But so where we're going to start here is a tweet from Kobe Bryant. It was his last tweet, and it was to LeBron James. It says, continuing to move the game forward, at King James, much respect, my brother, 33644. And that's just the point total that LeBron now has, and LeBron James just passed Kobe for the all-time scoring. And the reason why any of this is relevant is because LeBron James, from what I've researched, has connections to satanic stuff. I don't know if necessarily cults, but he and others that you see in Hollywood have pictures of him flashing the Illuminati symbols, the eye symbol, and there's tattoos on his chest that also indicate some kind of satanic things going on here. So first I thought, is there something going on with him and LeBron James, right? Did something happen? So as I'm scouring Twitter, this article pops up, and this came out 2 days ago. This is LeBron James says, meeting Bill Clinton after Lakers-Nets game was surreal. And it's just a picture of these guys together. And anybody, I'm sorry, at this point, with all the knowledge of his connections with Epstein, why, I don't care if he was a sitting president. This dude is a pedophile. And he's got his arms wrapped around him, buddy. So right there, me and thousands of others, we start digging, right? So let's see what we find here. We have Wyatt dropped this tweet, said LeBron made clear who he serves. China situation. Blatant black Buell Masonic logo tattoo on his chest. Throws up occult symbols close to Clinton's. Dude's in a cult. Considering this, I am naturally curious. Not everything is conspiracy, but God forbid you look into things, though. You ever wonder why affluent black celebrities don't help out with black issues and communities? The Boule Society was formed by Dr. Minton. The Boule recruits the top blacks in American society into its ranks. The Boule is one of the lowest ranking orders under the cabal. So you see this. And guys, if you haven't looked into it yet, look up YouTube videos with LeBron James being associated with some of these cults here. There's some great videos out there if you guys want to dig into that. That's not what this episode's about. I've seen those, so I kind of have some background to what he's into already. And a lot of people call this BS, but does anything surprise you guys these days? Nothing. You have to question everything today. Everything. So let's look at that tattoo that he was referring to. This is the tattoo that he was talking about on his chest. This is the, let's see, the Black Boule Masonic logo tattoo. And guys, right here, this is what that is. It's also, he sells t-shirts. Same thing. So when you see things like this, guys, you have to look into it. You have to see what's going on. So let's just leave that there for a second. I want to jump into the main meat of the video, which I thought was super surreal. So Kobe Bryant dies in this helicopter crash, right? So I'm trying to find connections of what he was into, what he has media companies. He's had attempts. I don't know if he was getting into politics, but he knows a lot of politicians. He knows a lot of people. So this was something I did not think I'd come across. Kobe Bryant's link to Jeffrey Epstein. This is where things get interesting. So this is Justin James. I'm assuming this was on Facebook. So he's talking about Lifeboat Foundation. The Lifeboat Foundation is a nonprofit, non-governmental organization dedicated to encouraging scientific advancements while helping humanity survive existential risk and possible misuse of increasingly powerful technologies, including genetic engineering, nanotechnology, and robotics AI as we move towards the singularity. And we all know Jeffrey Epstein was into the same exact kind of science as well. So we have who is Jeff Steibel. We'll get into that in just a moment. 2016, Kobe Bryant and Jeff Steibel. Who is also on the Lifeboat Foundation Advisory Board? Yup, you guessed it, Jeffrey Epstein. What did Jeffrey Epstein want to do? Jeffrey Epstein, the wealthy financier accused of sex trafficking, planned to develop an improved super race of humans using genetic engineering and artificial intelligence. And we know this because of his little spot out in Mexico. He was doing stuff there as well with genetics, and he did indeed want to make a super race with his own genetics, obviously. Then we find a Kobe Bryant and Bill Clinton connection. Move this over here, and I'm going to show you guys all this. Q suggests, oh yeah, Bill Clinton chats with LeBron. Just what I mentioned, 123. Q drops a drop talking about a state funeral. Q suggests a funeral that will get mass attention. 125, LeBron passes Kobe an all-time points scoring list. Next day, Kobe dies in a helicopter crash. Helicopter was previously owned by the state of Illinois. In his theory, Kobe death gains mass attention, and a funeral will cover up the exposure of corruption with Biden. Excuse me, and the rest of the impeachment shenanigans. Right. So let's dive into this. What is Lifeboat Foundation? The Lifeboat Foundation is a nonprofit, non-governmental organization dedicated to encouraging scientific advancements while helping humanity survive existential risk and possible misuse of increasingly powerful technologies, including genetic engineering and nanotechnology. Who is Jeff Steibel? And I'm going to give the link here. He's the CEO of Credibility Corps. But not is he only the CEO of the Credibility Corps. This is where the connection starts. Kobe Bryant and Jeff Steibel unveil $100 million venture capital fund. Right here. This is the connection. And on the same advisory board, we have Jeffrey Epstein. And right here, it's going to come up. Advisory board. Jeffrey Epstein. The finance trust company, the same one as Stiebel here. Or whatever the hell his name is. So the connection that I found here is interesting because these guys must have met or known each other at some point. And who knows what else was going behind the scenes. So we know that LeBron had links to Bill Clinton, which you're going to see more of in just a moment, and Kobe as well. So there are connections here. And I was digging, and this is what I was able to come across online that I could find. But this is where it gets a little crazy. So I want to get into the queue just a little bit. So I was seeing in my comments when I'm posting all this stuff on Twitter and posting, 70% of plane/helicopter crashes are accidents. And as we get into it, this was Q drop 463, and I kept seeing this in my comments, the 710, and that's what that's referring to. And the first thing I thought of when this helicopter crash happened, it wasn't an accident. Something must have happened, right? And then it hit me. This is the most recent Q drop, state funeral. And it's a link to what a state funeral is. That's what Q dropped. And if you guys didn't see, Mr. Peanut, the peanuts, the famous peanuts that are around here in the United States, they killed off Mr. Peanut. And a lot of people thought he was referencing to Mr. Peanut. But the first thing I thought of was, this is what Q was talking about, because the definition is right here. The state funeral is a public funeral ceremony observing the strict rules of protocol held to honor people of national significance. State funerals usually include much pomp and ceremony, as well as religious overtones and distinctive elements of military tradition. Generally, state funerals are held in order to involve the general public in a national day of mourning after the family of the deceased gives consent. A state funeral will often generate mass publicity from both national and global media outlets, and something on the scope of Kobe Bryant would warrant something like this. I'm not saying this is what Q is talking about, but with the recent drops, it would make sense logically. He is an ambassador to basketball, and he's known all over the world. You guys could see it. There's videos. It was all over the sports radio today. It was just disgusting, but the whole point of this video, which I'm going to show you guys, not only the connections to Epstein, but of course, these are distractions. These are perfect distractions for what's going on in the country right now. So, as we see here from Sun Tzu, they needed a distraction from POTUS impeachment trial. Coronavirus was not enough. Kill of Kobe Bryant only 2 days after Bill Clinton had his photo taken with LeBron James at a Lakers game. 710 helicopter plane crashes are not accidents. And that was also what I was thinking as well. The impeachment trial is going on, and the coronavirus was the first thing that happened, and everybody was all over it. The truthers, my channel, everyone's channels were all over the coronavirus, linking Bill Gates to it, and all those articles that I showed you, and Facebook and all the social media were clamping down on it, saying it was fake news. They fact-checked it. We weren't being fooled. So, in my opinion, the coronavirus wasn't enough to distract. So what else do we need? We need something else to happen that'll literally grab the attention of the entire world. This was something that did. You had Trump tweet out condolences. You had former President Barack Obama tweeting condolences out. This caught the attention of the world. So what does the deep state love to do? We had the impeachment trial, and Trump's defense didn't go Sunday, which I thought was interesting. They went today. Was that for a reason? And that's what I was thinking about. Maybe they got a hint of something that was going to go down. And instead of doing the defense yesterday, which would have gotten barely any coverage, it was today. Today was the day. Because as soon as this happened, I knew the Kobe Bryant death. This is something that's going to be talked about for at least this entire week. And it's prying eyes. It's not a shooting, thank God. But it is something that would grab the world's attention. So as I kept seeing here, more and more stuff kept coming out on Twitter. We have Felicia Somnus here says, Kobe Bryant's disturbing rape case, the DNA evidence, the accuser's story, and the half confession. She's on suspension now for posting this. This is 3:50. News broke around 3 o'clock. And again, I'm not going to dive into this. Nobody's perfect. The dude had some issues outside of basketball. He was not a perfect person. He cheated on his wife multiple times. You know, I'm not going to bash the guy. It's terrible. Some of the things he was accused of, not condoning at all, obviously. Everyone has their faults, but this woman here got suspended. I think she's from the Washington Post, and even Donald Trump Jr. called her out. You Washington Post reporters really can't help yourselves, can you? And now she is on suspension. But, you know, it's something to keep in mind. It is something to keep in mind. It was a young girl. So it's disgusting that he did that. If he was accused, but she never went to court for it, and it was settled outside of court. But these things pop up. This stuff always happens. But this was weird. And if I can find it here, there was a cartoon of Kobe in his helicopter crashing, and there was a screenshot of it here. But Kobe always traveled by helicopter from his games in Los Angeles. He was known for that. He's been doing this for years. But the thing I want to show you in this tweet, guys, is Larry Johnson. He's been on Tiffany Fitzhenry's show a couple of times. He's a Christian, and he's a truther. This is what he does. And I'm going to show you what he wrote here. He said, should you seek might, power, false honor, excess, seek that we would work for you to provide temporal advantages. We'll bring you as close to the throne as you wish, and then turn you over the consequence of your folly. And this was Adam Wushop, Illuminati. And they posted the video of the helicopter crash. This is Lakers colors. He played for the Los Angeles Lakers. And in the cartoon, Kobe pops out. He's got 2 of his trophies for NBA championships, whatever. This went viral yesterday. Somebody wrote back to him and said, don't do this. Larry Johnson responded and said, you forgot who I am, who I'm serving, who I worship. Don't ever make that mistake to think I ever feel sympathy to a Luciferian or Freemason. Some heavy, heavy words there. And we know LeBron James is in that same category as well. So all these interesting connections are coming up, right? So we have this from CJ Truth. For what we know now, anytime you pair up with Bill Clinton on children, this brings lots of red flags. Kobe Bryant to lead panel on kids and sports with Bill Clinton in December of 2013. More and more connections, guys. More and more connections. And this was also something. This is not a good sign to me. Anyone who signs with Jay-Z is signing their soul over the devil. He signed back in 2013. Lots of things happened in Kobe's life in 2013 that we would deem as red flags. And here we go. Kobe Bryant with the rock sign. We've all seen this by how many celebrities, guys? How many people in Hollywood flashing these symbols? LeBron does it too. No bueno. No bueno. So these are the connection, guys, that I was making. And this was another one. How many lines come out of the center? This is a picture of Kobe Bryant's, I think, Black Mamba. If you guys don't know, he called himself the Black Mamba, and that was his business name. And we have here Kobe Bryant. This is the symbol, and the comparison is to this right here. So you can't. People will say this is too deep. This is going too far. It's not. And he even says, but that's probably just a coincidence. And IET here drops a tweet. Q's infamous. It's always saying hunters become the hunted, right? What are the coincidences of this? This was a picture taken, I don't know when, but Kobe's wearing a shirt that says hunt or be hunted. And you can see a better picture of it here. Hunt or be hunted with the symbol and more pictures of that shirt. The hunters become the hunted. We've seen that in multiple Q drops. These are the connection, guys. And as we dig further, helicopter flew out of the same airport as the one that killed Standard Hotel manager. Another interesting tidbit, today's crash occurred in California's 33rd District. Calabasas 33 equals Masonic number. So these are just tidbits, guys, that I was able to find in connection to all this stuff. These are things I wanted you guys to see. And the whole point of this was huge distraction. And we see tweets all over the place saying Sky News going into overdrive in the Kobe Bryant story. Everything else is dropped. Bryant isn't British and basketball is a minority sport here, but don't let that stop you. Pathos overload. This is the state of the mainstream media, and it is. This is all over the place, guys, and it's disgusting. Sports channels, I can understand. I get it, but it's not just that. It's overlapped into every mainstream outlet. And to finish off, the X22 report dropped this tweet. Trump's defense team waited until Monday to present their evidence. Coincidences. So this is what happened, guys. This is before the Kobe Bryant. We have the coronavirus. We have rockets that directly hit the U.S. Embassy over the weekend. That happened. The Covington school bus hit head on. That's another story you guys probably saw. Strange helicopter crash at Kobe Bryant. Bolton's book was leaked. That just happened today. And wait for it, the next event is coming. This is a ramp up, guys, of the deep state. A clear ramp up. And that is the summary of what I'm trying to get across to you guys. The Kobe Bryant connections to Epstein are very curious. LeBron James to connections to Bill Clinton, all very curious with trying to help kids. We all know that's a huge red flag. But this is how far, guys, the deep state will go to pry eyes off of the important things that are going on in this country. They will do whatever it takes to pry those eyes off. It's absolutely amazing. But these are the times we're living in, guys. This is warfare. It's information warfare, and we are at the forefront of it right now. So with that, that's where I want to leave you guys off today. Thank you so much for watching this episode, for listening to this episode. If you guys are on the podcast, if you can watch this YouTube episode, there's a lot of pictures. There's lots of tweets that if you wanted to read yourself, they're all right there. Again, hit that like button. Get the information out there, guys. This is all up to you. We're at 9.84 subscribers. I want to be at 10,000 by the end of the month. We might hit it, but if not a huge deal. The channel is growing every single day, and I see you guys' support, and I absolutely love and appreciate all of you. So thank you for that. So with that, thank you again, guys, for listening to the episode. And until then, stay woke.